Hello and welcome to Giant Mess, a super sloppy sports and entertainment podcast that's hosted by a giant mess. That's me, the real cinch, Neal Lynch. I'm a former fourth-string college quarterback and mediocre middle relief pitcher who earned himself a film and media studies degree. And now I'm a single dad who loves to talk Giants football, Mets baseball, movies, TV, and comedy. On today's episode, the second annual World Food Festival, the top Hoagies, in celebration of National Hoagie Day, some really great food-related recipes and drink-related recipes for Cinco de Mayo. A couple of Mother's Day gifts that were great for the gram, not for the wallet. So without further ado, let us get it started up in here. I mentioned this about the car accident. We went to the second World Food Festival, second annual World Food Festival, which took place at Mercer County Park. Had vendors, live music, kids' activities, pets were welcome. There was some drinks, some food. And, of course, I was in a mood because I got in the car accident before going there. So I was just in my head the entire time. I just could not enjoy a single second of that friggin' thing. It was basically just like half paying attention to Bree, my daughter, and then half just staring into the clouds like, what's happening? How did I get here? And the days go by. How did I get here? Yeah, 18 plus food vendors showcasing authentic dishes from around the globe. It's like bringing the Epcot experience to NJ. Ooh, that is a really hard oversell. Epcot Center. Have you been to Epcot Center? It's Zibbles. So, not quite Epcot, but, you know, I mean, it was a decent, I mean, I feel like there was more than 18 food vendors, but I could be wrong there. We ended up going to 3, which I'll get to, but they had Smoke Break Barbecue, Green Dog Mobile. The fuck is that? Shizer. It's a food truck. Got it. Oh, okay. Got it. They have a logo of Home of the Lobster Dog. Interesting. So it's not like a lobster roll. It's more like a lobster dog. Are they just not calling it a lobster roll because that's like a New England thing? And we all know New Jersey, New York hates New England. Is that the thing? Is that the thing we're talking about here? They have a crab dog too? Why didn't I see that? Damn, I wish I kind of would have tried that. Anyway, tacos daisies, Latin bites, these freaking empanadas, pita bowl, la tradicion pasta, urban skewers, ganga or ganja Indian restaurant. My God, I hope it's ganja. Hearty funnel cakes, the baked bear. Sup, dude, sup. That's two now. The baked bear and ganja Indian restaurant, those both feel like there's probably a little bit of THC in the recipe. Kona ice, food de frite, Lucila's bake, La Cherry Food Wagon, and more. Okay, sure, why not? So we didn't go to, I think we went to Latin Bites to get, was it Latin Bites? So one of the trucks was selling, what is it called? Snow ice. No, ice snow. Ice you eat. What is it called? Shaved ice? Shaved ice? Where they put shaved ice. So it was shaved ice, or they put the world's worst syrup on it. I mean, no, it tastes great, but it's like, that's can't be good for your body. So my daughter got one of those and she ended up she did eat it, but she mixed it up and it looks pretty gnarly. But the 3 we went to, so I went to, I don't know if she was that hungry, but I went to Burgers for You and got a buffalo chicken sandwich. Here's the thing about Burgers for You. Hey, Neal, why don't you get a burger at Burgers for You? Well, here's the thing, guy. They don't have burgers at Burgers for You. They had no burgers. So you couldn't get a burger at Burgers for You. And it was, this buffalo chicken sandwich was probably the biggest. So sandwich, we're not talking about like, it was, sandwich buns. So like burger buns, potato buns, right? Not like a hoagie or sub or grinder if you're from New England. Like not that kind of loaf, long bread, just like 2 buns. This was the biggest buffalo chicken sandwich I've ever had. I'm not talking about a hoagie or sub. Okay? We're talking about just 2 buns. Biggest Galdon buffalo chicken sandwich, and the messiest and sloppiest too, dude. It was just the sauce everywhere. I kind of wish there was a video of me eating it in the aftermath because that shit would go viral. I'm kind of glad I don't have that video because then it would be like, hey, buffalo chicken guy. That's your name for the rest of your life. Yeah. Buff chicks. Although, I don't know, if I walked around and people are like, yo, buff chicks, I'd be like, what's up? I probably would dig that. Or buffalo. I'd be like, yo, buffalo. So, yeah, no burgers or burgers for you. And then went to Chuby's Burgers food truck and got a hot dog. Yeah, my daughter got her a hot dog. And then I was in stress eating mode because I was like, oh, I'm going to owe so much money and my insurance is going to go up and I got points on my license and blah, 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 blah. So I was like, I can still cram all the food into the gullet. So I went to Coastal Flavors Company and got a crab cake sandy, really hit the spot. So all in all, I mean, it was all right. We got there kind of late because of the accident, but we got to experience the band. They had like, so it was $10 for the ticket. The children under 10 got in free. We walked around for a little bit and then we saw in the back corner, there was some activities for the kids. And I'm like, oh, this is really nice. And then it's like, I walk up to the bouncy house and she's about to like sprint and jump into the bouncy house. And the guy's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, the bouncer was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. ID? No. He was like, where's your wristband? I'm like, how do we get a wristband? What do we need a wristband for? He's like, well, you pay over there. It's $5 per minute or something like that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is this? Early 2000s cell phone plan. You got to pay by the freaking minute. So I go over to the booth and it's like, you can pay $5 for one ride or, you can pay $20 for an all day pass or something like that. So I'm like, all right, fucking A, I got to pay $10. All right, $20. Here we go. So she was pretty much hanging out in the bouncy house for most of the day. And there was also, I forgot what was next to the bouncy house. There was something else next to the bouncy house. And then there was like a little, not go-karts, but there was like a miniature kind of racing course where they had, they had a dude that was just like doing the lawnmower pull with a string, with a rip in the cord, like, brrr. No, I was not doing that. It was they were all battery charged. This lady just like, I must give off some kind of fucking pheromone or something like that, where it's just like people look at me and they're like, okay, well, you're a sack of shit, so I'm going to cut you. Like, you have no reason to live, so I'm just going to cut you real quick because what are you going to care? Like, you're at the very bottom of life. So we're like patiently standing in line waiting, and then this woman just comes over with her kid and just whoop, right in front of us. And luckily, the woman who's working the stand there, the booth, was just like, hey, they were in front of you. Because I was like, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be another 5 minutes for us to wait. But it's just like, annoying. So, but she did get to ride around. Of course, she went the wrong way. You're supposed to go counterclockwise. And she's going clockwise. And so the guy had to like run over and flag her down. Like, you're going the wrong way. Turn her around. But I think she liked it. I think she had fun. Despite me being a grumpy Gus and moping like crazy. They also had the superstars of UWA Elite Pro Wrestling there, which I didn't see that at all. Where was that? When was that? I think I would have noticed a friggin' pretty sweet pro wrestling ring, and I did not see it at all. I mean, it was not a bad time. I don't think we stayed there too long, maybe like an hour or two. I just couldn't. I was just like thinking about like, oh, it's just more money that's just out. I was like thinking just all the money that's just like flying away from me. Like the emoji, the stack of bills just with the wings just flying away. Goodbye. National Hoagie Day was in May. So I thought I would take a look at the most legendary Hoagies. There's a list here of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. There's 10 here. First up, they got Phil and Jim Steaks and Hoagies in Parkside, PA. I do not believe I've had this. The Italian special was named the best hoagie on earth by Food Network magazine. This classic features ham, hot capicola, genoa, salami, and provolone, topped with onions, tomatoes, pickles, lettuce, oil, oreganos, and peppers on a 12-inch Italian grill. Where the hell is Parkside, PA? You tell me, man. Looks like it's outside of Chester, southwest of Swarthmore, and south of Brookhaven. How far away is that from me? Ooh, it's kind of further southwest from the Philadelphia International Airport. So it's out there, man. Don't know if I'll be in that area, but if I am, I'll check it out. Okay. White House subs in Atlantic City, New Jersey. I have had these subs, and they are fucking amazing. When we had our fantasy football drafts weekend back in 2017, I believe it was 2017 or 2018, one of those 2 or 3 years. We had it in Atlantic City. I think we stayed at the Borgata. Got it like a big suite, couple suites. It was like 10 of us, 12 of us. Did gambling during the night, hanging out the pool during the day. But I was like, hey, I found this great subs place. It was on a list, probably from Condé Nast Traveler maybe, or Bon Appetit, one of those, of like the best subs in the area or in New Jersey. And so I put in an order, and it was dynamite. Huge subs. Huge. So good. And affordable. Not crazy priced. Their White House special is legendary, loaded with Genoa salami, provolone, ham, capicola, cheese, lettuce, tomato, chopped peppers, and oil. The shop has served celebrities and is considered an American classic by the James Beard Foundation. What the fudge is the James Beard Foundation, my guy? Yikes. It's a nonprofit. Well, that's good. Fine dining eatery in James Beard's former home, featuring multi-course meals from visiting chefs. Sounds a little hoity-toity, if you ask me. James Beard Foundation believes in a vibrant, equitable, and sustainable independent restaurant industry. Okay, I don't know if you needed to repeat that twice, but I think you got that point across. Anyway, I think the majority of people really dug it. I think they were on board with that. And what's crazy about this crew, we got 10 to 14 guys every year. And every year I feel like I'm responsible for lunch, which I don't mind getting, but I always over order like crazy. And we're all in a fraternity. We should all be beasts, just monsters, just gluttonous hogs. And we're not. I'm like one of the only guys that eats everything. These other guys, it's like they get a full sub. The full sub is like a 12-incher, maybe more. And it's like they'll eat a quarter or a half. And then it's like, are you going to, and I always find myself being like, you going to eat that? You going to eat that? Let me get that. Let me get that. I think I ended up taking like 3 subs home, like 3 full subs home. It's like, what? Are you guys on drugs? I want to be on drugs. Leone Italian Heroes in Brooklyn, New York. Again, I haven't been to this place, but it's known for over 150 hero options. That might be too much. I like options, but I have my limits. 150. The Rosanna Scotto. Is that the news weather? Is that the weather lady for Fox 5? Is a standout featuring ham, salami, pepperoni, sopressata, fresh mozz, and roasted peppers. Leone's is praised for its ingredient quality and massive portions. Hell yeah, dude. You got me at massive. Bub and Pops in Washington, D.C. Bub's Italian hoagie is loaded with Genoa salami, prosciutto di Parma, sopressata, hot capicola, pepperoni, provolone, arugula, tomatoes, onions, and a signature hoagie relish. Ooh, color me intrigued. I relish a good relish. It's been called the standard by which all others should be measured in DC. Wow. That's weird because I never lived in DC, but I have buddies that lived in DC for a while. I want to say like 2 years, maybe a year, 2 years. We never went there. I wonder where it is in DC, because they were over on, what was it? Let's see, Connecticut Ave. I could be wrong. By the metro that looks like a station straight out of Total Recall, dude. So maybe next time I'm in the DC area, I don't know when the hell that would be. I'm going to mispronounce this. Next one on the list is FICO's Italian Specialties. Their Italian special sandwich combines prosciutto, ham, capicola, soprasata, fresh mozzarella, lettuce, tomatoes, and roasted peppers. Reviewers rave about its size and freshness. Oh, baby. Size matters. I mean, like, I don't know how anyone can argue with that. Gioias. I can't. I'm just like, I'm part Italian, I'm part Irish, and I'm fully disappointing all of them. Like, I disappoint the Irish ancestry, disappoint the Italian ancestry. I went to a high school graduation party where it's like all mostly Italians. They're like, where's your family from in Italy? And I'm like, that's a great question. I'm like, Sicily. They're like, that's not Italy. I'm like, okay. I think it is technically. So Gioia's Deli. Fucking A. Joyas. I don't know. Gioia's. That can't be right. The hot salami sandwich is a James Beard. Oh, this fucking James Beard, dude. I don't want to look it up. All I think about when I hear James Beard is the guy who hosted Inside the Actor Studio. That's when you say James Beard, that's who I think of. Is a James Beard Foundation America's classic, beloved for its savory, peppery, and garlicky house-made salami. Ah, god damn you, dude. Love the garlic. Horrific for any chances of swap and spit, but I do love me some garlic. Amato's in Portland, Maine. Kind of bummed about this because I don't get up to Portland very often. I went there for a wedding back in the day. No one ever mentioned anything about Amato's. Kind of stinks. Credited as the birthplace of the Italian sandwich. Now that is a frickin' bold claim, my guy. How do you throw that out there? How does that happen? How do you lay claim to that? That feels like that's how wars are fought. That's like some Game of Thrones shit. Wait, you're the birthplace of the Italian sandwich? I challenge you to do a duel. Like, I will rain fire and blood down upon ye for claiming the birthplace of the Italian sandwich. That is crazy. Amato's original Italian remains a New England classic. Whew, boy. I think the Five Families will have something to say about that. Sal, Chris, and Charlie's Deli in Astoria. Their Italian combo is a massive flavor-packed hero that's a must-try for sandwich lovers. Okay. J.P. Graziano Grocery Company in Chicago, Illinois. The Barstool Chicago guys talk about that all the time. I think they're sponsored by them. I almost moved to Chicago, and that's like a very sliding doors moment. It's just like, what if I just lived in Chicago since 2010? How the hell would my life be different? It would probably be a lot different. The Mr. G is a Chicago favorite, loaded with Italian meats, cheese, and house-made giardiniera, which we talked about in a previous episode. Shit looks so unappetizing. But I'm sure if you get the right sauce going, get the right flavors, topping spices, it's probably pretty baller. So J.P. Graziano in Chicago. Richie's Hoagies in Philly, known for their old-fashioned Italian hoagie featuring sharp provolone and a selection of imported Italian meats like prosciutto, soprasata, and capicola. Locals consider it an elite traditional option. Okay. And no, I have not had Richie's Hoagies. That's sad. I don't know that I've had Pat's. I don't think I've had Gino's, but I do think I had something called Sam's, which is probably not right now. But I bet it's on this list. No, haven't been to Pat's. Campos? No. Cosme's? No. Ishkabibbles? No. Jim's? That might have been it. I think it was Jim's. I'm going to say it one more time for everyone in the back. I think it was Hoagies gyms. Or it might have been Tony and Nick's. I don't know, dude. It was so long ago. It was like almost a decade ago, guy. And then to round out the list, Primo's Hoagies, multiple locations in Jersey and PA. Regional chain, highly regarded for their classic Italian hoagies with a loyal following in the Philadelphia and South Jersey area. And I'm here to tell you, maybe I've heard of it and I've never tried it. But I do know this. If you were to go on like Google Trends and do like a search through Google Trends, Wawa Hoagies, dude. People search it out. People are seeking it. They crave it. They want it. And maybe it's not recognized by the James Beard Foundation, but Wawa Hoagies rarely, if ever, disappoint. I had one when I got my car detailed. Got my car detailed for the first time ever. I'll be honest, I've lived on this earth for a healthy chunk, a good amount, an amount where I probably should know what getting your car detailed means. And I just didn't know. I was just like, sounds fancy, I'm out. But I desperately needed to clean the inside of my car. And I was like, I'm going to leave it to the pros on this one because I just can't figure it out. And my God, it is awesome. They did, I guess it takes them like 3 hours, which is, I don't know how they, I mean, there was definitely the smell of weed was in the air. So I think that's probably is what is aiding them and abetting them and enhancing their performance. But I can't imagine cleaning cars, the inside of cars, per day for hours on end. Godspeed. God bless. But yeah, so while the car was getting her insides all cleaned up, there was a Wawa that I walked to and got a hoagie. I was just like, man, I'm going to enjoy this. Like there's some hoagie places where it's like Hoagie Haven in Princeton. I think I talked about that in the fall where it's like, it's been a while since I was like high school, sophomore year in high school, junior year in high school, the last time I had Hoagie Haven. And I think I was too dehydrated to even enjoy it. I was just like, help me. I look like SpongeBob and Patrick when they come out of the water and they're on land for too long. It's just like, so I don't remember what the takeaway there was back in the day, but I remember having it recently and I was just like, this is dry as hell, man. And it's like when the sauce the sauce is key. We all know that. But when the sauce is the one thing holding it together and holding it up for respect and recognition, that ain't no good, man. Wow, though, you don't have to worry. My God. Whew, so good. So Wawa Hoagies. I'm going to give a shout out to Wawa Hoagies, man. Wawa Hoagies are the tits, And I think every day should be a Hoagie fest, is what I'm saying here. So if you don't have a Wawa, which if you are listening to this anywhere outside the East Coast, I guess, I don't think they have Wawas in Central or Pacific of the US of A or Canada or Mexico or the Eastern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere. I think it's pretty much the maybe just the tri-state DMV, maybe not. Sheets. I don't know if I've ever had. I definitely maybe I've eaten sheets, which I remember it being not too shab. So definitely got to give a shout out to Sheets as well. So that's legendary hoagies, aka grinders, aka submarine sandwiches, subs. I'm sure they're called something else. Wackadoo out there in the great yonder. Cinco de Mayo is also in May. Here's some top food and drink trends. Jell-O was the top searched margarita flavored search. So margarita flavored Jell-O was the top search, followed by margarita flavored beer and margarita flavored wine. Yikes. I know that, Jell-O shots are kind of the move, huh? I never really paid much mind to it, but I feel like that's the way to get the party started. Jell-O shots. Everybody loves Jell-O. and then you throw some alcohol in the mix. I mean, that's one thing that like women will never say no to. That sounded super creepy coming out of the mouth, but I feel like if you put Jell-O shots out, girls are like, oh my God, Jell-O shots. So yeah, margarita flavored Jell-O shots though. That just makes, I don't turn my nose up at much, but that might be one where it's kind of like, I got to give a second thought to that. Search interest on pickle margarita reached a record high. Pickle margarita. I don't hate it. I don't mind it. You know, I'm at the point now where margaritas might be one thing where I might have to get a little snooty. I don't like to be snooty or snobby or elitist, but when it comes to margaritas, it's a very risky dance. You can get some margaritas where it's just like, wow, what happened here? They must be in the weeds back there behind the bar to produce this. But a pickle margarita, I'm all on board. I mean, one of my friends got a margarita machine. I mean, that's the dream, right? Like, we talked about this. Kegerator, hell yeah. Margarita machine, hell yeah. Margaritaville margarita machine, hell yeah. My God, that's living the dream. And I feel like that's the way to go, right? Margarita machine. Because it can get pretty dicey when it's like, oh, I have the margarita mix. Oh my God, who was I talking to? Someone. Oh, it was my friend's stepmother was, she was making herself margaritas. So she would take what she thought was margarita mix and pouring it and then adding tequila, thinking because it's margarita mix, there's no tequila in the margarita mix. It's just margarita mix. It's not an alcoholic. So pouring tequila in it, not knowing that it was it was a mixed margarita in the bottle that she was pouring into the cup. So she was doing like, you know, at least thrice or quintuple the amount of tequila that you probably should be having in that drink. And she walked into traffic and got abducted by aliens. Top search Cinco de Mayo food recipes. Mole poblano, which I always I see on the menu and I'm tempted to get it every time and I chicken out. I don't know why. Street corn, otherwise known as elote. That shit is fire. So good. There's I think it's at Whole Foods. It might be Trader Joe's. They have elote popcorn. And I can't believe I haven't pulled the trigger. Next time I go, dude, book it. Next time I go, I'm getting it. Elote popcorn. Oh my God. They have it at Citi Field too. I've definitely scarfed down on that street corn at Citi. Enchiladas. Can't go wrong with that. Tres leches cake. Spanish rice. Okay. I feel like we can get a little more creative making, like, there are no more creative food recipes than that. Come on now. Trending margarita flavors. Carrot margarita. You heard that correctly. Carrot margarita. Never in a million cajillion Brazilian oblivion years would I ever think to combine a carrot with a margarita. And I'm here to say, I don't even think I'm that intrigued by it. I'm not breaking down any doors. I'm not bum rushing the stands. I'm not calling out sick for that. I'm sorry. Carrot margarita. It's fucking Bugs Bunny drink. Watermelon margarita. Hell yeah. I'm down for that. 10 out of 10. Pomegranate margarita. Also hell yeah. I mean, I've only had a pomegranate maybe once in my goddamn life, but it was good. And I would love to have a little bit of alky mixed with that. Tamarind margarita. You know what? Here's another one. I know you're going to be shocked by this. What is a tamarind? Ooh, that is freaking kinky. Okay. Kind of looks like peas in a pod or peanuts a leguminous tree bearing edible fruit that is indigenous to tropical Africa and naturalized in Asia. Yeah. I'm going to go on a limb and say I'm not like crazy about it. If someone hands it to me, I'll try it. And then a coconut margarita, dude. Oh, yeah. So watermelon, pomegranate, coconut, hell yeah. Carrot and tamarind. I mean, you know, there's always next year. So that's Cinco de Mayo food and drink. Mother's Day gifts. Keep this nice and quick. You know, I always try and go the extra mile when coming up with gifts and gift ideas to give loved ones, family, friends. I do put probably way too much thought into it, which is so atypical of me to put so much thought into something. And what do you get the people, the women that have it all? So I decided that I was going to go a little bit outside the box, and I went with a bucket. So I haven't ordered from this place in a long time, and I remembered why after I ordered from this place. Goldbelly. So Goldbelly offers delivery of signature iconic dishes from the most famous restaurants, and or out of the ordinary, something that you wouldn't find locally, regionally, or on your side of the frickin' conch. So I was like, all right, well, I think let's just give it a shot. So I go on Goldbelly and I find, they have a Mother's Day section, and I'm looking through the Mother's Day section, and it's like, this all feels like generic, same old shit. But then I spotted what appeared to be a bucket of fried chicken, but alas, not fried chicken. It was ice cream made to look like fried chicken. So I was like, they're going to get a kick out of this. Now, there was only like 8 pieces, maybe 9 pieces, and I bought it for the both of them. And you might say, hey, you stingy fuck, get them each a bucket. Well, hey, Mr. I like to jump to conclusions. It was $90 some odd for a bucket. I don't know that it's worth paying $200 for 18 pieces of ice cream made to look like fried chicken. So I figured 9 pieces. There's, my mom, my sister, her husband, nephew, niece. So, there's 6 or 7 people. Maybe someone gets 2, maybe they give one to the dog. Maybe they give one to a peacock or chicken. So I just thought, cool idea, unique. Obviously, it's not a keepsake, not a souvenir per se, but great for the gram. Would be great for the gram. And I remember they loved the idea of it, and it's like, oh, it's so creative. Wow, this is so unique. But then I was like, but how was it? How did it taste? And they're like, So how is your daughter? It's just like, oh, okay. But I guess what it is to make the drumsticks, because it was all drumsticks. They couldn't do, I don't think they could do the flats, whatever they call them. To do the drumsticks, they had a pretzel rod to serve as kind of like the spine of the drumstick to keep it all kind of together. And it was covered in chocolate. And I don't know if it was covered in anything else. So chocolate covered pretzel rod kind of serve as the, so that it stays intact. Vanilla ice cream, and then covered in what appears to be like cereal flakes to make it look like the fried chicken skin. $100 goddamn. I was like, I actually did a payment plan. It's from a company called Life Raft Treats. Life Raft Treats. They are based in, where are they based in? Charleston? No. Are they? Life Raft Treats. Yeah, Charleston, South Carolina. So if you're ever in Charleston, South Carolina, I don't know. It's haunted, but at least you get some nice fried chicken ice cream. So it's called Mind Blowing Ice Cream Treats from a James Beard nominee. Oh my God, this fucking guy is everywhere on this episode. James Beard. Wow. 6-time finalist for the James Beard Awards as standing pastry chef. Chef Cynthia Wong has turned her attention to the wild world of ice cream with Life Raft Treats, South Carolina's only chef-driven artisan ice cream truck. Bold claim. All of Wong's ice cream is made with high-quality, locally farmed dairy, eggs, and other ingredients, and she's reinventing all your favorite childhood treats with a serious sense of humor. Yeah, the not-fried ice cream bucket. She also has a ramen ice cream bowl that's $130. What the actual? Breakfast in bed waffle ice cream stack cake, $130. What the actual? And a peach bomb sorbet 12-pack, $170. Good God, dude. But I got the nut fried chicken ice cream bucket, 9 pieces for $90. I mean, you know, it looks like a red chicken, This is Life Raft Treats signature offering. It looks just like a fried chicken drumstick, but it's actually an intricate ice cream creation complete with a waffle ice cream, a chocolate-covered cookie bone, that would be the pretzel rod, and a coating of white chocolate and crushed cornflakes. Crispy, crunchy, creamy, salty, sweet. And as fun to eat as it is insanely delicious. I mean, that's what people say about me. Wow. A 6-time finalist. Yeah, we got that, dude. I wonder if they saved the bucket. I wonder. Life Raft Treats. That was Mother's Day. All right. So that's that. We didn't really get to movies and TV. I hope to review Sinners, Hard Eyes, One of Them Days, Azrael. There was some questions about Star Wars, the Star Wars timeline. Top searched is so-and-so good or bad, like characters that are good or bad. Top search morally gray characters. Most searched character redemption arcs that I wanted to get into. A lot of questions about Star Wars for May the 4th be with you. So I hope to get to that in the next episode. That's it for now, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And man, I wish I could talk about the Mets. I wish I could. I meant to talk about the Mets tomorrow or this week because it's the All-Star break. But yet again, apologies to Matt Damon. We're not going to be, I don't know if we're going to be able to talk about the Metros. I might have to dust off the cleats, my folks, my friends for the Metros, because I could use some arms. So anyone with a working arm, report to Queens. But that's it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Talk to you next time. Adios. Muchachos.